A moment right now, let's show you the MISL standings, see where these teams stack up. First of all, the Milwaukee Wave, just a game out of first place in the MISL standings, but the Philadelphia Kixx, they started out 0-4. They have won 2 of their last 3, so they're 2-5 right now, a bit further back, but don't count out this team.
No, Philadelphia, very, very dangerous team. They can win on the road, and also the fact that now we're starting to get in the thick of the season. A lot of games coming up, and they've got to feel good about themselves.
Well, Michael, you talked about Don DeAmber. He's the player coach for Philadelphia, and Donnie's a guy that seems to be getting better with age. Last year in the top 3 in the MISL in scoring.
Most definitely. A very dangerous player, plays with his back to the goal, but can shoot with both feet. Very, very dangerous player.
And when you talk about goalkeeping, well, one of the best in the game, perhaps the best. If you talk to people around the league, that's goalkeeper Peter Pappas. He's between the pipes tonight for the Kixx. This guy really outstanding back there in defense.
He is, and to score goals against Pete Pappas, you've got to get bodies in front of him. If he gets a good look at the ball, he's going to save it. But he's great with his feet as well. Good distribution of the ball, and he's the start of their offense as well.
When you talk about offense and talk about the Milwaukee Wave, the first player that comes to mind is Greg Howes, a guy that can score so many ways, whether it's off a dribble and a shoot, his back to the goal, a turn shotting. What can Howes not do, Michael? He can do everything.
Yeah, Greg's coming off a great outdoor season, and it's gone straight into the indoor game. Smooth transition, and we're expecting big things from him tonight.
Defensively, Milwaukee anchored in the back for the same player they've been anchored by for the last 5 or 6 years. That's left footer Troy Dosowski. Here's a guy who can score out of the back, but also one of the best man-to-man markers when healthy in the game.
Yeah, he is, and now, like you said, he is healthy, and he's having a tremendous year for Milwaukee. Scores points, blocks shots, does whatever he needs to do to stop the opposition from scoring.
All right, so it's Howes and Dosowski against Pappas and DeAmber, plus a host of other characters as well tonight that we'll show you right here on Fox Soccer Channel. It's the Major Indoor Soccer League Game of the Week. We appreciate you joining us. Coming up next, we'll give you the starting lineups and kickoff for tonight's game. Philadelphia and Milwaukee tonight on Fox.
Takes a little while before teams figure each other out, and then I'm sure it's going to pick up a little bit.
Forberg dumps that one away, but Philadelphia trying to haul it in. That was Wendell Regis working for it. Got a whistle and a foul there. And it's going to be on Regis. That's the first foul of the game against either side. So free kick coming up for Joe Hamas and the Milwaukee Wave. Regis with a nice block there. A whistle and a foul, and it'll be a restart for Philadelphia. First foul of the game against the Milwaukee Wave. Officials tonight, Tim Tima, Ted Gregorio on the field. And the veteran referees, Tim Tima, the former player. Now, Peter Pappas, we talked about him in the open. So good with the feet, and you know, one of the best goalkeepers you're going to find, too.
Yeah, a lot of things revolve around Pete during the game. You'll see that tonight. He'll start to play, and he'll be looking to play balls in all the way up to the target players. So very dangerous, and I think if Milwaukee can put some pressure on Pete, make it a little bit more difficult for him to get their offensive going.
All right, Michael, you've been in on these. A restart from the top of the arc. What's going to happen?
First one usually is Greg coming up with a big shot, but I'm sure Philadelphia's watched some tape, so Art Kramer may have changed it up for tonight's game.
Very Dusovsky to approach. There's House, a target score. Pappas got his hands on it. Michael, you called it a hard shot for Greg House. Too hard for Pappas to hold it up, and it's 2-0 Milwaukee.
Played that last week, and it worked, and why not do it again tonight? See how it works. And great shot on target, and like you said, a lot of power in that shot, and it was very tough for me to stop that one from going in the net.
So Greg Howes with the goal for Milwaukee. He's, of course, their most dangerous threat on offense, has been for some time, although, Milwaukee's got several weapons. One of them sitting next to me right here, Michael King, out of action on the injured reserve list. But for the Milwaukee Wave, Greg Howes is 11th two-point goal of the season, 27 points for Howes. And we talked about it quite a bit through the years. There's not much that Greg Howes got there. 4:45 left, quarter number one. One goal scored tonight, Greg Howes. A two-pointer. Been the difference. Montana in front. There's Wiesler score! Perfect pocket, perfect shot by Greg.
Greg came flying out of the box. Ran right onto it. Nice ball off the boards. Picture perfect indoor goal that was. He's on fire so far this year.
Look at it again. Wiesler, boy, perfect shot. Nothing Peter Pappas can do with that one. 10:25 the time of it. So Brett Wiesner, you talked about him really picking up this year. And Wiesner this year, that's his 5th goal, 12 points now. That's 3rd best on the Wave.
Yeah, Brett's really come into his own this year. He's playing with lots of confidence. Normally it takes a guy a couple of years to figure the indoor game out, and he definitely figured it out.
The assist to Fontana's filling it close and scores through Cobb. Underneath Nick Forberg, and Philadelphia slices the lead in half, 4-2. And that comes just 22 seconds after the Wiesner goal. Drew Kopp at 10:47, and it's 4-2.
Fontana was unlucky there. The ball was shot right through his legs.
And that's all that matters.
Not much Nick Forberg could do about that one.
First goal of the season for Drew Kopp to go with an assist. He has 3 points now for Philadelphia. And it's 4-2 Milwaukee. We've got some scoring now here in the last 30 seconds. Game of the week. We're here every Friday evening, 8 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock Central. More fans for you. It's like Marcella's school up here. Well, kids always having a good time at the game here at U.S. Cellular Arena. Well, Philadelphia with the restart. They again have so many players that can trigger too. Susi will do this one, and he's another guy that left footer that's dangerous on restarts.
Yeah, Susi's a savvy player. He's sure he'll try to play a nice ball to somebody.
A telling score for all. Aaron Susi let the action develop in front of him, just rolled the ball to Donatelli, and he finishes, and we're tied at 4.
Keith Tozer's not going to be happy about that one. End of the first quarter, giving up a goal, but that's indoor soccer for you.
So Tony Donatelli from Aaron Susi on the restart as we look at it again. He was wide open too, Michael.
And Greg turned his back on that block, which I'm sure we'll hear about that when we watch tape later in the week.
14 seconds to go in the first quarter. Tied at 4 now here at U.S. Cellular Arena. And down goes D'Ambra. And the foul is called there. Jonathan Santos, his first. 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Enough time to mount something here for Philadelphia. They were down 4-0, but they've knotted it at 4. D'Ambra double teaming the boards. And the first quarter now will come to an end as Troy Dusovsky clears. And we've seen 4 goals here in quarter number 1. A couple of 2-pointers from Howes and Wiesner put Milwaukee up 4-0, and then 2 from Kopp and Donatelli for Philadelphia. Keith Tozer not overly happy at the moment. 4-4 ball game. He was up 4-0 just a few moments ago. We'll take a timeout. Back with more after this on Fox Soccer Channel. Back with you on the Fox Soccer Channel Game of the Week as we get look at some of the fans of our broadcast. Let's go Wave. That's what it says, right? think so.
Now it says Fox Sports.
It's an easy way to spell rocks, just with the X. Take the CK and S out. All right. We appreciate the support here for our game of the week. The MISL game of the week every Friday night here on Fox Soccer Channel, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Tonight, the Wave and Kixx tied at 4 as we begin quarter number 2. Along with Michael King, I'm Al Pulowski. Mike Sanamon, the director tonight for our ball game in Milwaukee, and we appreciate you taking us along. Here's Fontana now, double teamed in the boards. And Philadelphia wins it with Jonathan Steele. He lost it, and loose in front. Fontana got a toe poke in there. And now score! Milwaukee back on top. And it was Uka with the goal.
Good pressure in the offensive third there, not to let Philadelphia out. Bang it off the boards, and Uka in the right place at the right time.
So Warren Uka with a goal for the Milwaukee Wave.
Alex, the official uniform supplier of the Milwaukee Wave.
Another player that Milwaukee brought in this year, his second goal of the season. 7 points now for Warren Uka. The Wave back on top, 6-4. D'Ambra with the steal. Great save by Borberg. D'Ambra again, and score! Wendell Regis with a 2-point goal. It appeared DeBono even used a hand to get it out, but because of the advantage of play on, and Wendell Regis finished. So every goal Milwaukee scores tonight, Michael, it seems Philadelphia has an answer.
Well, the most important time is right after you score a goal, and Milwaukee can't be happy with giving up 2 goals right after they scored themselves. So something they need to address.
There it is, Wendell Regis with the finish, the defender, to make it 6-all. So a 6-6 ball game now. Milwaukee a man down for the rest of this half, and then for the first minute and 16 of the third quarter, should Philadelphia not score here. Now Philadelphia will get a chance. Aaron Susi back on. He revealed Donatelli, Newsom, and D'Ambra, the power players for Philly. Susi wants D'Ambra. Borberg out to head it away.
Second time tonight, Knicks had to come out and clear a ball with his head.
Now we've got a foul on the far side. Or is it out of bounds? They'll say out of bounds. So a kick in for Milwaukee. 7 seconds to go in the half. Rodosaski will blast this one. He's got Mayer in the attack zone. Looking for him here. Headed away by Susi, and then Newsom back to Pappas. 2 seconds to go in the half. Went for D'Ambra, but he runs out of time as Rodosaski heads it away. And we play 30 minutes of indoor soccer here at U.S. Cellular Arena, and nothing close to being settled. 6-6 ball game. As Sammy Lee and the Philadelphia Kixx will head to the locker room. And coming up in just a moment, let's see if we can get an interview for you with Tony Donatelli from the Philadelphia Kixx. Donatelli with a goal and an assist tonight for 3 points. 6-6 ball game. Michael, as we touched on briefly a few moments ago, it's been an entertaining one to watch.
It has had a bit of everything so far tonight. Some great goalkeeping, big shot from Greg Howes, Donatelli with a couple of nice plays. It's been a good game.
All right, let's go down to the field now. Tony Donatelli from the Philadelphia Kixx. Tony, 3 points tonight, a 2-pointer and an assist. Some pretty good up and down soccer. What are your thoughts tonight? Looks like Tony's having some trouble hearing me. Tony, can you hear me? He's got that puzzled look on his face. Either that or he doesn't speak English. What do you think? Probably our headset. Okay, so we had a technical issue there with Tony Donatelli's headset.
Yeah, I got you.
We'll be back with our halftime report coming up next. Make sure you stay tuned. 6-6 ball game, Milwaukee and Philadelphia. You're watching the MISL Game of the Week on Fox Soccer Channel. All right, back here with you for halftime of the MISL Game of the Week on Fox Soccer Channel. Milwaukee, Philadelphia. knotted at 6 apiece, along with Michael King. I'm Al Pulowski, and Michael, some up-and-down action in the first half.
Most definitely. Some great shooting, some great goalkeeping, a lot of action here tonight.
Now, you've been in that locker room with Keith Tozer at halftime. What's he saying to his team right now?
Well, he's trying to build on some of the momentum they had early on, some good possession. Not happy about giving up the goals right after scoring a goal. Going to come out here in the second half and kill this power play and then get back on the offense.
You know, one of the things that Milwaukee has that they've been incorporating the last couple of years is that Brazilian flavor, and several players from Milwaukee now of Brazilian heritage playing some key roles. Marcio Leite, we just saw Santos come over playing in his second game. What have they been able to bring to the indoor soccer game?
Well, they got the experience of playing futsal soccer, which Keith is the head coach of the national team. And they bring just a flair to the game, some great ball skill, and combine it with the enthusiasm of the American game. It's a great combination.
You know, people talk about futsal as kind of outdoor soccer, played indoors in a gymnasium. What has futsal, what influence has that had on the indoor soccer game? Of course, Keith Tozer, the U.S. national team coach for futsal, but what has that influence had that where 20 years ago there wasn't that influence?
Well, the ball possession is a big thing. And also, there's very little contact in futsal. You touch somebody, it's a foul. So knowing, you know, when to play the ball, when to play the player, and when to play defense, when to play offense. It's a thinking man's game, the futsal game. And that's what's combined with the indoor game that we know it, with the boards, the no glass in some parts of the field. It just makes it an overall exciting game.
It seems we've had a return to more of that here now in the indoor game. More of the footwork that was there when you started in the 80s, back with the Cleveland Force, where for a while in the 90s it was a lot more power. The power is still there, the bulliness, so to say, is still there, but more foot skills now than there were maybe 5-6 years ago.
Most definitely, because you're getting better skilled players coming through the American ranks. Throw in there the foreigners, and you got a great
Fox Soccer Channel. The MISL Game of the Week, Philadelphia and Milwaukee in a tussle for the first 30. Will the next 30 minutes be any different? Stay tuned. We'll find out. In the other team's arena, Milwaukee won their title in 2002 in Philadelphia. In 2003, Philadelphia won it at the Bradley Center. And you can look at actually 2003, Baltimore won it. 2002, Philadelphia won it in Milwaukee. 2001, you won it in Philadelphia, right?
That's correct.
Years right? Okay. Very good. Michael King, of course, the indoor soccer veteran, and we touched on it a little bit in the last segment. You played in the indoor game since the 86-87 season, back in the old MISL, then to the end of the MISL, which was the MSL, then the NPSL, now the MISL in name once again. You've seen the changes over the past 20 years. For you, what's been the biggest?
I think the impact that the indoor soccer's made on the community, to be honest with you. Youth soccer has just grown and grown and grown, and if you look at all the kids playing now, we're starting to see those players come through the professional ranks, believe it or not. One
of those players is Greg House, who joins us now live on the field. Greg, first goal tonight, a restart goal, then he almost had another one, now the leading scorer in the MISL. Once again, that's a familiar spot for you. That first goal, what opened up for you for that shot?
Well, that's just a simple play. We got a couple guys running over it, and I'm just trying to overpower Peter, and fortunately I got it past the wall, and he helped it into the upper corner on the opposite side.
Greg House joining us here. Greg, what's going to have to take place in the second half for you guys to break this tie and get the lead?
Well, we feel like we played a pretty good half. We gave them up some bad goals. I turned on a restart, so we need to keep our possession a little bit better, and we just need to keep up our pressure defensively, pick up our intensity a little bit, and we feel if we play the same way, avoid some of our defensive mistakes, we should be able to win the game at home.
All right, Greg, good luck in the second half, and have another good 30 minutes of soccer.
Thanks, guys.
That's Greg House joining us here live. Greg House, one of the phenomenal players of this decade in the indoor game, and again, he can do so much, and he's not a bad defensive player either, but really known for that score.
Yeah, he had a great summer. He ended up MVP of the A-League final, which I don't think he was expecting going in. He was on the bench, and he came off the bench and scored 2 big goals, and followed off by coming into the indoor season and started off where he left off, scoring goals.
Some players can play indoor and outdoor very well, but some slightly better with the indoor game versus the outdoor game. Why is that?
Well, I think the physical side of outdoor, having to run around for 45 minutes, makes it change your game a little bit. Indoor, you know you're only going to be out there for 30, 40, maybe a minute maximum. I think players, the size of the field, can have a lot more scoring opportunities. So indoors not for everybody, just like outdoors is not for everybody, but at least we have choices.
Absolutely. It's great to have those. You get a look at Nick Forberg, the goalkeeper for the Milwaukee Wave. Shots on goal in the first half, 13 for Philly, 12 for Milwaukee. Peter Pappas between the pipes for the Kixx, who are on the power play now for the next minute 10, with Santos in the box for Milwaukee. Philadelphia trying to create here. Aaron Susi 4, Donatelli from Susi on a restart. There won't be one here, though. D'Ambra to Susi, he'll take it back out top with a pass to Donatelli. 6-all. Another 45 seconds to go in the Kixx power play. D'Ambra in front. Newsom, score! It got in somehow, and Philadelphia has the lead for the first time tonight as John Barry Newsom rocks it out after the two-pointer.
Typical Philadelphia indoor goal. Get the ball down in the corner and then play it off the boards to the man in the middle. Very hard to defend out on the power play when you're playing a man down.
So John Barry Newsom gives Philadelphia their first lead of the night. And for Newsom, who is playing in just his 4th game, missed the team's 8th, he's got his first goal of the season. Now Pat Morris running with Tom Myers. For D'Ambra in front, header with a dive, came to Morris, shot saved, Forberg. And Jonathan Steele will track it down. So Philadelphia coming out on fire here to begin the 3rd quarter. In the first minute, they've taken their first lead at 8-6. Here's Oliviero against Regis. Liete. Great save by Pappas. Gordo on the follow. Fontana. And these teams continue to trade blows, even at 8.
Philadelphia a little unlucky there. They played the rebound pretty good in the box, but it just happened to take an unlucky bounce and fell straight to Marcelo. So an easy tap in.
Right now they're giving Liete an assist on that. So it's an 8-8 ball game. We played just under 2 minutes here in the second half. The scoring coming in bunches, to say the least, today.
Well, like we said earlier, you know, these games, they tend to be 1 or 2 goal games, and don't expect anything different from these two teams.
Well, high header there, but Forberg able to climb. Very patient. See the time left on your screen there in the 3rd quarter. 8-8 ball game. There's the deflection, so that'll stay in Milwaukee's possession. It's kind of what you expected tonight, Michael?
Well, besides the fact that goal was scored and another goal was scored, and then we waited 5 minutes and 2 more in quick succession, one either way. That surprised me a little bit. But 8-8 going into the 4th quarter. That doesn't really surprise me with a Philadelphia-Milwaukee matchup.
Donatelli clears it away. D'Ambra to run after it. Detroit Saski is there first. Gets it to Forberg. Santos playing in his 2nd MISL game here tonight. Troy Saski. For Mayer. Here's Howes. 15 in the quarter. Howes trying to turn. Great block by Drew Cobb. Some great defensive play tonight, too, by both sides, Michael. Some good goals, but some great defensive work. Drew Cobb, another knockaway, plays a good last minute. Mayer got it on target. Forberg got the catch. And Ted Gregorio breaks up a possible confrontation between Mayer and Hines. Now they're buddies. And we played 45 minutes of indoor soccer here at U.S. Cellular Arena in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Philadelphia and Milwaukee tied at 8. Back with a 4th and final period of regulation after this.
It definitely is. That's the price you pay for playing at the back. You have the confidence to do it, and yet if you make a mistake back there, it can hurt you dearly.
Liete, score! Marcio Liete, top shelf, and Milwaukee's back on top, 10-8.
Good pressure in the offensive third there from Oral Bullen. The ball broke to Liete, and he's deadly from that range.
1:51 the time of the goal for Marcio Liete.
A little bit of a swerve on that shot, and I think it caught Pete off guard a little bit. He was thinking he was going to go far post, and it swung it to the near post.
So Marcio Liete, one of the exciting young players in the Major Indoor Soccer League, buries his 8th goal of the year. He has 23 points, second on the team. It's an unassisted goal.
Even though it was unassisted, it came from the pressure of trying to keep the ball in Philadelphia's end of the field.
Now Liete tied for third in the MISL with Monterrey's Dino Dolevsky with 23 points. So you've got Howes with 27 to lead the league, and Liete, bang, with his 22nd and 23rd points of the campaign right there. 10-8. Right now he's got the game winner. Over to Deco. Drew Kopp the steal for the Kixx. 6 minutes to play. Newsom. He's got Steele running. Couldn't get it to him. Out of play it goes. With 5:55 to go in regulation, and we have an official timeout on the field. 10-8 the score. Milwaukee plays the Philadelphia Kixx here tonight in the MISL's Game of the Week. You're watching it on Fox Soccer Channel. Donatelli, the lurking double team player.
Yeah, there's no need to go forward here for Milwaukee.
Liete in front, score! Deco! That could put it away for the Wave, the way this one's been going tonight. 12-8, Milwaukee.
That was a nice indoor goal from Deco there. Liete attacked the board, played it off the boards, and Deco got in the middle of the box. Mark wasn't able to stay with it. Nice easy tackling from 2 yards out. Pete Pappas couldn't do much about that one.
Liete with the assist on the Deco goal. And Milwaukee has the lead, 12-8. That matches their largest of the night. Marcio Liete there did it again. Beat his man on the dribble. Got the ball in front. And Deco was there to finish it off.
Sure, Philadelphia was upset about giving up that goal. Huge goal for Milwaukee. Makes it a 2-goal game.
4th goal of the season for Deco. All 2-pointers. So now Aaron Soucian is the 6th attacker.
With a 2-goal game, Philadelphia can't mess around too much with it. They've got to start looking to put some shots on target.
Philadelphia now, with not much time remaining, and a giveaway there by Donatelli. Milwaukee with the kick-in. So 2:11 to go. The three-pointer won't help him much here either. Still in need of 2 goals. There's Aaron Soucy, the 6th attacker for Philadelphia. He or Pat Morris will be the 6th attackers. This season, Soucy has done it every time that's been needed. But Pat Morris has been the 6th attacker in the past. So now you put him on the wing, make it more dangerous.
Yeah, they got their 3 left-footers out there. They're going to be dangerous.
Soucy more suited to run the point if he's not running the target.
Yeah, Aaron plays a nice ball. He's with his left foot, he likes to set up players. He's quite capable of scoring goals himself.
Milwaukee wins it again. Philadelphia just can't mount an attack here in the 4th quarter. Milwaukee scored the last 3 goals and the last 6 points to come back from an 8-6 deficit to lead this one 12-8. Now Wiesner.
90 seconds.
And Milwaukee has just been able to milk the clock here in the last couple of minutes. Philadelphia's gone with the 6th attacker, but they can't bring the ball forward. Mayer double team. Myers and Morris there. Well, finally, Philadelphia gets the ball. Mayer goes down, and a foul call on Pat Morris. It'll be Pat's first personal of the second half with 1:11 to go. So Philadelphia finally gets the ball. They get whistled for a foul.
Yeah, the frustration foul. Good possession for Milwaukee here.
And in front, score, Troy Tasowski. on the restart from Marcelo Fontana. Then you can book this one with 1:10 to go.
Good one from Troy into the box. Marcelo saw him, slipped him a nice ball. Troy finished it well.
Second restart goal of the night for Milwaukee. Saski from Fontana. And Milwaukee has their largest lead at 14-8. They've scored the last 8 points. Not much Aaron Susi's going to be able to do that.
No, that's tough. That's even Pete would have had trouble with that.
Yeah, it's put in a good place. So now Philadelphia just a minute away from falling to 2-6 on the year, the defending MISL champs.
This is a big game for both teams. Obviously, Philadelphia looking to get close to 500 mark. Milwaukee stretching over that 500 mark will make a huge difference.
And Milwaukee will improve to 5-1. 38 seconds left. Wiesner against Pat Morris. Wants to take time here. 30 seconds left. Now Susi. Get it in for Revilla. This one all academic now. D'Ambra, 4-3. Nick Forberg to save, and that should do it. 7 seconds left. A clear away. Howes will take it in midfield, and he'll hold it there and not rub it in. 2 seconds, 1. Game over. The Milwaukee Wave score the last 8 points, and they win it tonight by a final of 14-8 over the Philadelphia Kixx. Milwaukee now 5-8, 5-1 on the season. Philadelphia falls to 2-6. So Milwaukee executes their game plan, Michael, and gets it done.
That was a good second half performance, coming out and having to defend the power play right off the bat after that. It's all Milwaukee.
So the Wave a 6-point winner tonight as players exchange pleasantries after the ball game. Time now for our play of the game here tonight on Fox Soccer Channel. The last goal, Troy Saski from Marcelo Fontana, the capper on the restart. Yeah, poor Aaron Susi. Okay, I guess that one's going to the corner. Yes, by me. 14-8, the final score. Milwaukee a winner tonight, and now slapping high five. There's Brad Beach, the Jay Little look-alike with the blue hair, slapping hands with their fans. Getting congratulations on tonight's victory. 14-8, the final, the Wave. Now 5-1 on the year. They'll next be in action this Sunday when they will take on the New Jersey Ironmen at the Prudential Center. Philadelphia in action tomorrow night, hosting the Chicago Storm at the Spectrum. So not much of a surprise tonight the way the game developed. Evenly played game. It ended up 14-8, but this was a one-goal game until about 4 minutes left. Actually, less than that, 2.5 minutes to go. So close game here tonight by 2 old rivals, and Milwaukee gets the better of Philadelphia on their home floor.
Yeah, got to be happy with the win, I'm sure. Keith Tobin's happy. Shots on goal. 25 for Milwaukee, 19 for Philadelphia. Pappas came up with quite a few big saves tonight. Probably could have even been a little bit more than 14, but on the whole, good game for Milwaukee. Philadelphia is going to go back and regroup.
So Milwaukee Wave a winner tonight here at US Cellular Arena. Our next telecast a week from tonight, Detroit in Orlando, as the Orlando Sharks look to get off the schneid. They haven't won a game yet, and Detroit wanting to not be the team to lose their first game, as now it's becoming who's going to be the first team to get beat by Orlando. So that's next Friday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time here on Fox Soccer Channel, your home for the MISL, with the game of the week every Friday night. 20-game package, we're proud to bring it to you here, and hope you can join us for each Friday night affair as we take a look at our goal of the game one more time. Troy Saski from Marcelo Fontana on the restart. That was the capper for Milwaukee, winning the ball game tonight, 14-8. We're done from US Cellular Arena. For our director-producer, Mike Sanamon, and for my partner, Michael Kixx, I'm Al Pulaski. For our crew here tonight,